Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. I've got some intriguing updates that could shake up the NFC East and really give the Giants a new boost moving forward. Think about it. The NFL is a league where every move counts. Every trade can change the trajectory of a franchise. And right now, there's a potential blockbuster trade that could be on the horizon, one that might just give the Giants a real edge in their quest for another Super Bowl appearance. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns, a team that's been somewhat in limbo this season, and a player that could prove to be a game-changer for the Giants, wide receiver Jeudy. Before I get into the details, let's set the scene. The Browns, after a somewhat mixed start to the 2025 season, find themselves at a crossroads. They drafted two promising rookie quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, hoping to find their franchise guy. But neither has managed to claim the starting role outright, which has left Cleveland in a bit of a dilemma. Their head coach, Kevin Stefanski, decided to go with veteran Joe Flacco at quarterback, despite the team's long-term investments in these rookies. Now, after their upset victory over the Green Bay Packers, the Browns are left pondering their next move. Should they double down on the rookies and start tanking for the 2026 draft, or do they believe they can squeeze out a few more wins this season? The fact is, their defense has been holding up reasonably well, keeping them competitive in many games. But let's be honest here, Cleveland's offense is struggling to produce consistent points, especially with their offensive line aging and in need of rebuild. The offensive line, which was once considered among the best in the league, is now showing its age with 4 starters over 30. That's a problem, especially when you're trying to support young quarterbacks and a developing run game. The Browns, in their current state, seem destined for a rebuild, and that's why trading assets like Jeudy makes a lot of sense. Now, why Jeudy? Well, for starters, he's only 26 years old, which makes him a young, dynamic receiver still entering his prime. He's known for one of the best route running capabilities in the NFL, which is crucial for quarterbacks like Jackson Dart or even Russell Wilson, who are still developing their chemistry with their wide receivers. Jeudy has already proven he can be a legitimate number 1 receiver when healthy, and his skills would give the Giants' offense a much-needed boost. The Giants, as we all know, have a young, talented offensive core. Their wide receiver room features Malik Nabers, who exploded onto the scene as a rookie in 2024, earning a Pro Bowl nod and finishing 5th in Offensive Rookie of the Year voting. Nabers has established himself as a bona fide number 1, a threat both in the slot and on the outside. Behind him, Wan'Dale Robinson has shown flashes of brilliance, and Darius Slayton has been a reliable third target for their quarterbacks. But what they really need is a veteran presence outside, someone who can help develop Jackson Dart and give him a trustworthy target on every play. Adding Jeudy would do just that. It would give the Giants a consistent, explosive option on the outside, one that can stretch the field and create mismatches. For a team focused on building around their young quarterback, whether it's Dart or Wilson, having reliable, proven receivers is critical. Jeudy, with his route running and youth, fits perfectly into that mold. Plus, he would help the Giants balance their offense, giving them the flexibility to run or pass without as much predictability. Now, I know some fans might worry about the price or the fit, but the Giants are in a position where making bold moves could pay off big time. They're building a competitive roster, and adding a player like Jeudy could accelerate their timeline. And let's not forget, the Giants' current offensive weapons are promising but still developing. Nabers is a star in the making, Robinson is showing progress, and Slayton is a seasoned veteran who can still produce when called upon. But outside of that, they lack that consistent, elite receiver to truly elevate their passing game. Jeudy would fill that gap seamlessly. On the Browns' side of things, this trade makes a lot of sense for them too. Cleveland needs to reevaluate their roster and plan for the future. Their offense, as I mentioned earlier, is in a rebuilding phase, especially with their offensive line aging and not providing enough protection for their quarterbacks. They need draft capital, more picks, to rebuild their offensive line and find their next franchise quarterback. Trading Jeudy, who is a valuable asset, could bring them multiple draft picks or younger players to help them in that process. Moreover, Cleveland's season hasn't gone exactly as planned, and with Joe Flacco now at the helm, they might be looking more towards the future than trying to salvage this year. It's a classic rebuild situation, and trading Jeudy is a logical step if they want to maximize their draft assets and focus on developing their young talent. Looking ahead, both teams face important games in Week 4. Cleveland will travel to face the Detroit Lions, a tough matchup that will test their defense and offensive line even further. Meanwhile, the Giants will host the Los Angeles Chargers, a team led by Justin Herbert and coached by Jim Harbaugh. That's shaping up to be a very competitive game, and if the Giants manage to acquire Jeudy before then, it could give them that extra edge needed to pull off a win. Imagine the impact of having Jeudy in the Giants' offense. He could be the missing piece to turn the passing game into a real threat, especially as they continue to develop Jackson Dart. With Neighbors proving he's a star, Robinson improving, and Jeudy coming in with his veteran savvy, the Giants could suddenly look like a much more potent offensive team, capable of competing with the best in the NFC. This potential trade also reflects a broader trend in the NFL. Teams are realizing that building through the draft and smart trades can accelerate a rebuild or a contender's window. Cleveland's focus on rebuilding their offensive line and finding their quarterback of the future makes this trade a win for them in the long run, even if it stings a little to lose a talented receiver like Jeudy now. For the Giants, it's an opportunity to leap forward, to add a proven playmaker to a roster that's already showing promise. And let's be real, if the Giants can land Jeudy, it would send a message across the league that they're serious about contending. They're not just looking to develop young players. They want to win now and make a real push for the playoffs and beyond. With the NFC East getting more competitive, especially with teams like the Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys always in the mix, every move counts. The Giants need to stay aggressive, and adding Jeudy could be that move that puts them over the top. Now, I want to emphasize how this impacts the division too. The NFC East has always been a fierce division, and with the Giants making bold moves like this, it could shake up the standings. The Cowboys and Eagles are formidable, but if the Giants add a weapon like Jeudy, they could surprise everyone and push for a higher seed. It's all about maximizing their talent and positioning themselves for a deep playoff run. The NFC East is wide open, and a trade like this could be the catalyst for a new chapter of success for the Giants. And remember, this kind of move isn't just about the immediate season. It's about setting up for the future. Jeudy's age, skill set, and potential fit with Jackson Dart or Russell Wilson mean the Giants could have a reliable target for years to come. Plus, it signals to the rest of the league that the Giants are serious about competing and aren't afraid to make bold moves to improve their roster. That's the kind of mentality that can turn a franchise around quickly. So, as we watch these developments unfold, keep an eye on how the Giants' offense evolves. The addition of Jeudy could be a game-changer, especially if they can lock in a deal before the trade deadline. Imagine the possibilities: Neighbors, Robinson, and Jeudy together, young, fast, talented, and hungry for success. That trio could be the backbone of a dangerous offense for years to come. And with the defense already playing strong, the Giants could be on the cusp of something special. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade is about more than just one player. It's about the strategic moves each team makes to position themselves for the future. Cleveland, with its aging line and uncertain quarterback situation, is clearly in rebuild mode. The Giants, on the other hand, are trying to accelerate their timeline and build a roster capable of competing deep into the playoffs. The potential acquisition of Jeudy symbolizes that push, adding a young, elite receiver to a team that's already on the rise. As we get closer to the trade deadline, keep your eyes peeled. Rumors will swirl, insiders will leak bits of information, and fans like us will be speculating nonstop. But one thing is for sure: if the Giants manage to land Jeudy, it will be a move that fans will remember for years to come. It could be the move that finally pushes them over the edge and helps secure their spot in the postseason, maybe even beyond that. The NFC East is about to get even more interesting, and the Giants are right in the thick of it. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Do you think Jeudy is the piece that can take this offense to the next level? Are you excited about the potential of neighbors, Robinson, and Jeudy working together? Or do you think Cleveland might hold on to him and look elsewhere? Whatever your thoughts, let us know because your voice is what makes this community great. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.